Hello and welcome to the Mistweaver healing guide for Kingaroth on Heroic. At the start of the fight you want to position yourself away from the entrance because there's going to be a portal spawning there which will be very annoying for your camera, and then you won't be able to see anything or any of the groups. For this fight I'm going to be on the purple ad, so I set up Transcendence ahead of time so that I can actually jump there very fast, and then I'll be able to move from Ruiner freely. He actually didn't move that well from the door, but this is what I'm talking about, so you won't really be able to see anything. So I'm moving my camera so I can actually see. And then we're gonna move from the Ruiner. And it's going the other direction, so we don't really care, we're just gonna stand still. And then while it's out, we're just gonna DPS the boss, and then making sure we don't go there. And then when the ad comes up, straight up, we're just gonna DPS it for like 5 seconds, because we want to utilize the increased damage debuff. So we're just gonna keep healing now, because it's going to die very fast, and we're the only healer on this group. So just gonna make sure that everyone is nice and healthy, so that they can move over to the second ad. Then we're gonna jump very quickly over here, so that we can keep the group alive while we're running it over there, so that the group doesn't outrun you and you won't be in range of the healers. Some groups are slower to move over there, and then you just follow the group. It doesn't really matter if you're in range of the ad. Just want to be able to be in range of your own group and then be able to heal the ads up. Or heal up your group. And then you can DPS for a bit, and you want to soak the Annihilation here. And basically everything is soaked, so just put us up here, and then we're gonna stop our channel to do revival in case there was any more burst damage from someone running into the orb. Then we're just gonna stand over here and wait for the Ruiner to come in. And it's actually going to be on the opposite side of us, so we're just gonna make our way very slowly back to this place. And then we're basically ready for the second set of ads that are going to come in. But we're still wary of the Ruiner coming in 10 seconds. And we just hit an orb, so we're just gonna put hots on people and then continue to use some Vivify. Put a hot on the tank. Then we're gonna have a Ruiner, and it's actually basically on us, and it's going towards us, so we're just going to use Essence Font while we're running to keep the group healthy. And then I'm going to use my Transcendence to jump to the other side of Ruiner, so I'm basically right where I want to be when the ad spawns. And then we just stay here and heal. Keep in mind that if the tank on the opposite side does not have a healer, this might be dangerous, so as to you don't have anyone in range. Just like before, we want to utilize the increased damage debuff, but the group takes a lot of damage, so we're just going to do that. Heal them up, and then use our balance here, and then Chi Burst on the entire group to keep them alive. And we're going to stand a bit away from the group so that we bait the stacks, the ground swirlies, away from the group. While we're running over to the second ad, we're just going to use our Essence Font, and then also our Refreshing Jade Wind to keep everyone alive. Oh, and then there's a guy jumping low, so we're gonna Vivify him, move out of this swirly thing, and then keep Vivifying, and then we're just gonna DPS the ad, and then we're watching for the Ruiner, which is actually going to be on that side. So we're gonna let it pass, and then we're gonna try to move into the Annihilation, but it doesn't really matter because the ad died. Then here, we're just gonna wait for the Ruiner to come in, while still keeping people alive with Vivify. And we're gonna stand a bit closer to the boss so that we're in range on everyone. And when the Ruiner comes in, we are going to hope that it is actually near us. And if it goes the opposite direction, we're just gonna drink here in preparation for the next set of ads. Because nothing is really going on while the Ruin is there, and if you don't have any bombs, the raid is not taking any damage. So you can use that time to just regain some mana. So again, nothing's going on. We are gonna have Ruiner in 10 seconds. So we're just DPSing the boss. Then we can put a hot on the tank as well while we're still DPSing. We're not gonna stand on this green thing. And then there's another Ruiner coming in. We're gonna be wary of that one. It's not going to hit us either, so we're very lucky right now. Just gonna continue to DPS the boss. And then in a bit, we're just going to have the ads. So we're just gonna use Balance here to... Oh, I misclicked my revival, which was not. I wanted to use Chi Burst there. Then we're gonna DPS the ads again. You can see that we have a healer over here that's not supposed to be here, but that's fine. I'm just gonna use Mana Tea and then our Essence Font to keep people alive. Since we have a lot of dead DPS, we're gonna help out, keeping the ad so that it dies very fast. Just keep DPSing so that we make sure it dies before the other set of ads actually spawns. It's going to run out, which is fine. Just gonna Rising Sun kick it. The other ad on the other side is dead, so that's also fine. We're just gonna keep everyone alive and then just kill this ad off. Move over to the other side so we can heal people that are actually dealing with this ad. It's a bit dangerous to stand on this red one, so we're not gonna do that. But it's also fine. We're gonna move closer to the boss to avoid this orb. The other orb is going to be taken by the tank, and the ruiner is going away from us. So we're just gonna move slowly back to our starting position again. And I'm gonna DPS the boss for a bit, since there's not much going on. Place our hot on the tank again, and then we're gonna use Thunder Focus Tea here, because Raid took a bit of damage. Well then, DPS the boss again. Because we're some DPS down, we want to utilize our DPS as much as possible. I'm gonna get Ruiner. I'm gonna drop Transcendence behind me in case it follows me. It does not. In that case, you can just jump back to your Transcendence. And again, since nothing is going on, we're just gonna DPS the boss. Gonna move in here because I don't really want this orb to hit us straight away. I think it's going to anyway, so we're just gonna use Essence Fund, but it doesn't matter because the boss is dead.